What's up guys, Dr. M3. It's been a while since I've done a POV video on the Anniversario, so I figured why not show you around, do a Q&A from the car and POV. Now if you're new to the channel, you should go back to my first Aventador. The yellow Aventador was one of the first cars on the on YouTube that actually had the POV views from a car, which was kind of cool. Then Seen Through Glass and a couple of other channels, including Winding Road Magazine. You should go actually check them out. They do some awesome POV with binaural video, audio, so you can actually hear what's going on inside the car, like you are in fact in the car. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this bad boy started and show you what it's all about. So what I generally do when I start this car is I start up, put it on, move over to sport, start the engine, and that sounds so amazing, and then start and go from there. I never drive in auto, so I usually switch it over to manual, and you know, let's go. So I'm gonna fasten my seatbelt. Always wear your seatbelts, guys. I'm gonna try to answer a couple of your questions while I'm doing this video, so to go from there. All right, here we go. I have the window behind me here down so we can get some sound, and I may take the side windows down. I don't want to ruin the audio here too much, but let's go for a little ride and we'll talk. This is kind of a tough corner here, actually. Here we go, and we're off. Oh man. So anyway, one of the things I loved about doing these kinds of videos is it actually would put you in the driver's seat, like in fact you were driving the car, which is kind of cool. It gave you a sense. So I'm going to put a playlist with all my POV videos in the thing above here. So just go take a look at it in the cards above. Go check it out. Anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity while we're behind the Anniversario, and because a few of you asked me, are you going to get rid of this car? And the answer to that is absolutely, positively no. This is a limited edition car. If you don't know, they made 100 of these worldwide. They made 100 coupes and 100 roadsters, and the US got 28 coupes and 24 roadsters. There are only 2 green roadsters. One is Lamborghini Sing's Aventador, which was finished in Verde Sing, which is a really cool lime green color, and we can talk about that later, what makes that color so special. And this, Verde Ithaca. So there are only 2 Aventador Anniversario Roadsters that were ever produced. And yeah, I'm keeping this one. Update on the SVJ. It's been a project, guys. I am still working out the details, the specifications with Lamborghini. The project has a name. I'll reveal that later, and you'll probably understand why. You'll probably understand why it's taking so long when I'm able to finally present it to you. You'll understand why. Anyway, what else should I talk about? Somebody asked me to talk a bit about this car. I did actually a full review on the Anniversario, so I won't go through it. I think you just got to go watch that video. You need a little bit of time because I went over every detail on this car. But a couple of things that people wanted me to show you. One, they're like, how do you rev the car when you're driving? And it's pretty easy, actually. You pull up on both shifters, pull them forward, and then you pull forward, and it will take you to the next appropriate gear. So you saw at the speed I was doing, it automatically brought me to 7th gear, which is a little high for the speed I was going, which was about 30 miles an hour, but that's kind of what it does. Now, you can select the driving mode. If you have the Aventador, it has a 4th mode, which is called the Ego mode, which you can set everything up. But in most other Aventadors, you're going to have Strada, which I never drive in. My luck is every time I've driven in Strada, I run into trouble. You drive in Sport, which is what I typically drive in for the most part. And then you have Corsa, which is race. Now, as you can see, the dashboard changes a little bit in each of those modes. There's Strada. Sport opens the valves. And then Corsa is this. Now, if you have the SV or the SVJ, this entire dashboard changes dramatically. But we don't have that, so this is what we've got on this car. I still love it, though. What else? You obviously see you have an MMI. It looks very much like Audi because Audi produced a lot of the internal components, which frankly makes the car far more reliable. I don't mind. People use it as a way of putting down Lamborghini, but frankly, the fit and finish of modern Lamborghinis are pretty damn good, and a lot of that is obviously the quality assurance that came out of Audi, so thank you, Audi. What else do you want to know? A couple of interesting features. I pointed this out in the review I did on all the hexagons. Lamborghini was all about honeycombs. He loved beehives and stuff like that. So you'll see hexagons all over the car. If you look at a honeycomb, it's pretty much like that. Interestingly enough, carbon is has a six-sided ring structure, so it coincides. So if you look at the steering wheel, you'll see 6 sides. You look at even the MMI, you'll see 6 sides. You'll see a couple of things down there. Look at the mirror, the rear view mirror on the outside, hexagons. If you look at the intakes at the front and the back, you'll see hexagonal shapes. You look at the engine bay cover, hexagonal shapes. It's actually pretty awesome what they've done. The other cool thing is a nice little feature that most people don't know and don't even realize is if you look at the engine bay cover, and I'm going to try to capture it in the rear view mirror here. If you notice, it's not entirely flat. It actually is uplifting, it's lifted up a bit and is facing forward. There's a reason for that. That actually acts as a trumpet from the engine bay to bring those noise right through this rear view window here into the cabin, which is kind of cool actually. It's a small little things like that that actually makes this really, really awesome, this car. All right, we have 40 miles an hour. My goal in this video is not to speed or do anything crazy, but is to kind of just show you around the car a little bit, talk about plans for 2020, which are quite a few actually. So we're obviously going to be doing Car Week. We have the International Auto Show that is coming up. I'm going to be doing a couple of events, maybe Bullfest or Corsa Rally or a couple of other things down in Florida. Oh my God, these roads are so great. I've always said to people, you know what? It's not about going fast, and to be honest, it really isn't. If you give me a set of roads and say you can't go more than 40 or 45 miles an hour and they're curvy, I am set. Because that's what driving's about. I mean, you can't go top speed, high speed everywhere you go. The fun parts are in the corners. Life, here's a quote of the video, life is in the corners. And it's true. But if you need to go, you can. Oh man. Well, we caught up with some traffic here. So we'll slow down a little bit. Kind of let guys, that's gonna do it for now. It's been a really awesome time. I figured I'd do this really short, quick video to answer a few questions, show you around the Aventador a little bit, and let me know if you'd like me to do more of these videos, POVs from the Aventador. That would be awesome. Thanks again, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Now for just a little sound. I'm going to taking the windows down. Hopefully it doesn't get too much wind noise. Get a little bit more of the exhaust from the car. Oh, that sound is so glorious.